Now Butchinov will go to the line, and he'll get 2 shots for out of the action shooting. Butch's first one is no good. So he is 3 out of 5 now. One more coming for Butch from the free throw line. Second one is no good. He missed them both, but Mike Ryan gets the rebound, turns around, knocked away by Vanderbeek. Mike takes it back up. He now loses it to Vanderbeek. Hugh feeds it to Trombley, and the Cougars come back down by 4 points. Left side, Carden in the corner to Davies. Working on Mike Ryan, hook pass to Shumway. Shumway pulls up, 15-footer, bounces around, no good. It goes off the top of the backboard or guide wire up above. The ball went out of play, and it'll go over to Saranac. Northeastern down by as many as 8 points, and now cut it down to 4. Rock goes into the right corner, coming along the baseline. Feeds it to Butchinaw, 8-footer in. Nice pass, now Rock to Butchinaw, making it 15-9. Minute and 48 seconds left in the first quarter. Carden to Shumway on the right side. Scott holds the basketball. Outside to Trombley, top of the key. He shot back to Shumway, 20-footer, in and out. Rebound, Davies taps it, missed it. And it's not picked up by Hamill. He loses it. Vanderbeek gets it, puts it away. 15-11. Jay Hamill back for Saranac. Outside, right side, Mike Ryan trying to work his way in. Coffin corner right. Outside it goes to Hamill. Jay holds the basketball. Dribbles around. Now he goes into the corner. Going to the hoop. Baseline right. Can't get it. Passes underneath to Tom Ryan. He missed the layup. Tom gets it back. Jumper. Missed it again. Rebound up and tapped in by Mike Ryan. Tapped in by Mike Ryan. Saranac up on the board. Are getting 2 or 3 shots. Shumway, outside to Vanderbeek, top of the key. Bounce pass, left side, Trombley. Knocked away from him and picked up by Jay Hamill. Jay feeds it to Al Rock to the hoop. He missed it. Rebound, Mike Ryan lays it up and in. Rock was all along to the basket. He had a little too far underneath. Had a bad angle, but Mike Ryan was right behind him to lay it back in. It goes from 19-11. Left side, Carden feeds it underneath. Stolen by Butchinaw. And then Butch turns it right back over as he walks with the basketball. And his anxiety to get the outlet pass down court. 8 turnovers thus far for Northeastern, 6 for Saranac. 31 seconds remain in the half. 19-11 in favor of the Chiefs. They have pulled again to an 8-point lead. Carden to Vanderbeek. Vanderbeek working across the middle, gives it to Shumway. Shumway into Trombley. Trombley baseline right. He is shut off. It is in foul. He is fouled by Butchinaw. And Butch picks up his second. 4th team foul on the Chiefs, so the bonus does not go into effect as yet. Northeastern will take it out of bounds underneath their own basket. They have 18 seconds left in the first quarter. Bounce pass left side. Vanderbeek, jumper, in and out. Rebound, batted around. Davies taps it, missed it. Butchinaw pulls it away from Saranac. Whistle, he walks with it again. 2 times in a row. Butch has been called for walking. Morris Town jumps up off the bench and yells to Butchinaw. Now 12 seconds remain. Shumway. The Carden to the hoop, running one-hander is in. Nice shot. Ready shot by Carden. 19-13, 5 seconds. Hamill quickly in the forefoot. He's going to have to let her go. 2 seconds. 20-footer. Up the rim, no good. That's the end of the first quarter. After 1 quarter of play, it is Saranac 19, Northeastern 13. Second quarter action after this.
At the high school gymnasium, the Saranac Chiefs are beating the Cougars by 19-13. At one time, they had 8 or 10 points over the Cougars, and the Cougars did come back. The Chiefs have been battling valiantly under the boards. They've been picking up their own rebounds really well, but they've been getting 2 or 3 shots off and haven't been doing much. So we're about ready for second quarter play. Once again, 19-13, Saranac over Northeast Clinton. Bucky?
Okay, same starting 5 can there both ways. There have been no substitutions as yet. 19-13, Chiefs by 6. They led by as much as 11, and then Northeastern got back within 4 points. But did not get any closer. All right, Butchinaw to jump it up against Davies. At first quarter, 8 turnovers for Northeastern, 7 for Saranac. Ball in the air. Now we already have a whistle, and somebody was in the circle from Saranac, so they turn it over immediately to Northeastern. Carden will put it in play, gives it to Trombley, back to Carden, left side. Dribbling around, Hamill right on him, feeds it to Shumway, way outside, spot in the corner to Davies, turn around, jumper, in and out, rebound, tapped up by Vanderbeek, no good, rebound pulled away by Mike Ryan, having trouble with it, gets it to Hamill, Vanderbeek knocks away and steals it, good move by Vanderbeek. He feeds it to Carden, to Trombley underneath, lays it up and in, nice pass and a nice layup by Trombley. So it's 19-15, Al Rock coming back for Saranac, pulls up, knocked away and stolen by Carden. He feeds Trombley all alone to the basket, missed it, rebound. Carden gets it, but then it's stolen away by Hamill. So both teams are getting a little sloppy here. Hamill to Butchinaw, all the way, lays it in. No, it's no good. Let's wait and see. He traveled with the basketball, okay. Butchinaw got the basketball, but then he traveled with it. He's been called for that 3 times. So the basket does not count. It is 19-15. Northeastern again within 4. Trombley on the left side. He goes into the corner. Out to Vanderbeek. Vanderbeek tries his shot. 15-footer is short. Rebound batted around. Carden picks it up and it's taken away from him by Hamill. Hamill's pass to Tom Ryan. Tom gets it. Looping pass in the corner. Goes to Butchinaw. Back to Tom Ryan. Vanderbeek ties him up nicely. Good play by Vanderbeek as he tied up Tom Ryan. So now the jump ball at the Saranac free throw line. 19-15. Chiefs by 4. 6:50 remained in the second quarter. Tom Ryan, the taller of the two, but Vanderbeek's a pretty good jumper. Ball in the air, and it's controlled by Vanderbeek, but Butchinaw gets it, and he's tied up by Davies, so we'll do it all over again. This time Butchinaw and Davies will tie it up. Rather jump it up. Butchinaw has the height advantage here. But Davies gets some spring in those legs, too. Back is controlled to Tom Ryan. Tom Ryan, 10-footer. Bang! 21-15. Saranac up again by 6. Yale Carden comes back to Northeastern, works the right side to Shumway. Shumway has the shot, takes it, 20-footer. Off the back of the rim, doesn't fall. Rebound, Vanderbeek looks it. Rebound now taken away by Mike Ryan at Saranac. Outlet pass to Jay Hamill on the right side. Jay slows it up as he brings it into forecourt. Jay working on Carden. Left side of Rock. Rock, 20-footer. Off the back of the rim, rebound, Trombley. Trombley of Northeastern comes quickly into forecourt. Now slows it up as Rock picks him up. Feeds it to Davies left side. Bounce pass to Trombley. To Vanderbeek, knocked away and stolen by Butchinaw. Butchinaw gets it to Mike Ryan on the right side. Mike coming down the right side. Puts on the break. Gives it to Rock. He takes the shot. Now goes into the corner. Fakes again. Now takes it. 12-footer. No good. Rebound Shumway. Outlet pass to Trombley. Knocked away by Rock. Saved by Rock. Nice play by Rock as he gets it to Butchinaw. Back to Rock. Underneath the goes, batted around, picked up by Vanderbeek. Teams are both getting a little sloppy here in the second quarter. Shumway back to Northeastern. 21-15, Chiefs up by 6. Carden, top of the key, backing in, can't shoot, gets it to Shumway, pulls up, 20-footer, quick. They're giving Shumway that shot. He's had trouble making a ball, but he got that one. 21-17 now. They're back within 4. Morristown jumps up off the bench, hollers instructions to the Chiefs. Bounce back, high post, Tom Ryan turns around, gives it to Butchinaw on the right side. Now we have a whistle, 3-second violation on Saranac. 12 turnovers by the Chiefs, 12 by Northeastern. Both teams sloppy now. Carden back for Northeastern. They have a chance to get within 2. Trombley on the left side, backing in on Hamill. Keeps it to Vanderbeek, jumper. Bang! Banks it in. Nice shot by Vanderbeek. It's 21-19. Northeastern down by 8, are now down within 2 with 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Hamill. Left side, Mike Ryan working on Shumway, 25-footer, off the back of the rim, will not go. Rebound, Bob Davies. Now the Cougars have a chance to tie. Carden comes back for Northeastern. He's at the top of the key, right side. Shumway takes the shot, bounce pass Davies. He turns around, gives it back to Shumway. 15-footer is short. Rebound, Tom Ryan. Gives it to Butchinaw. Butch to Mike Ryan on the left side. It's 3-on-2. To Butchinaw. He drops it, and he goes out of bounds. Saranac is a little tight in the second quarter. They were loose when they came out, but they look like they tightened up a little bit. 21-19, and again the Cougars had a chance to tie it up. Trombley, top of the key to Shumway, 25 feet out, feeds it to Davies on the baseline right, can't shoot. To Vanderbeek in the corner. Hugh cutting through the middle, stops, feeds Carden, jumper, 15-footer, bounces around, doesn't go. Rebound, Vanderbeek catches it up, missed it, shot coming in. I think it was Shumway. It was either Shumway or Trombley. We'll give it to Shumway. Regardless, the game is tied at 21. A 6-point lead has been squandered by Saranac. Mike Ryan, jumper, off the back of the rim, rebound Davies. The Chiefs have gone cold. And now Northeastern can take the lead for the first time. Carden backing in, running one hand, blocked by Tom Ryan, gets it back, blocked by Mike Ryan, picked up by Al Rock. Both Ryans block Carden. Gets it to Butchinaw. Butch the forecourt, puts on the brakes, goes into the right-hand corner, jumper, Butchinaw, off the back of the rim, rebound Carden. Saranac has gone cold. Northeastern now battling them tooth and nail. Trombley on the left side. Comes around out to the right, directs traffic, puts Shumway on the left side. The right side he goes to Carden, bounce pass Davies, turn around, can't shoot, bounce pass Vanderbeek, takes it in! Northeastern lead, 21, lead at 21. First lead, Saranac, want to regroup, timeout. We'll be back with more basketball after this.
conservation being utmost in everyone's mind.
At the end of the first quarter, Saranac led 19-13. At one point, they had an 8-point lead, but Northeastern has roared back and have taken the lead 23-21, 3:18 left in the half. The Chiefs appear to be pressing just a little bit now. They are having trouble finding the range. They're taking long shots and just not falling for them. Rock goes into the left-hand corner, puts on the brakes, gives it to Mike Ryan. Mike backing in, can't shoot. Looking for some help, looping past Butchinaw. 8-footer, no good. Rebound, saved by Tom Ryan, but he goes right to Trombley. Now the brakes are going towards Northeastern. Harden on the left side, holds the basketball, now dribbles around, he's coming around to the right, gives it to Trombley on the right side, bounce past Davies, takes the shot underneath to Trombley. We have a whistle and a foul here on Hamill. And Saranac, Jay's second. That's the fifth foul, so they'll get the 1-and-1 now. Or perhaps he was fouled in the action shooting. Let's wait and see. Glenn Trombley goes to the line for Northeastern. No, that was the fifth foul, so now the 1-and-1 goes into effect. Trombley's first one. No, good. Rebound Mike Ryan. Another whistle. We get foul on Shumway. Foul on Scott Shumway on the rebound action. Scott second. It is 23-21. Northeastern leads. And we'll walk to the other end where Mike Ryan will do the shooting. Mike 1 out of 2 thus far. Only 2 points thus far in the second quarter for Saranac. Mike's first one is in. That makes it 23-22. One more coming from Mike Ryan. The game is brand new. The game is tied at 23-23. Saranac has scored only 4 points in the second quarter. And we have played about 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Make that 5 minutes and 15 seconds. Turnaround jumper Davies off the front of the rim. Rebound, puts it on. He is tied up. So that's been the score in the second quarter. Saranac had 19 points at the end of the first, but now they only have 23. They only have 1 bucket in the second quarter. And we played almost 5.5 minutes. Tap goes to Mike Ryan. Mike drops it, regains control. Now he needs some help, and he feeds it to Al Rock on the left side. Al brings it to forecourt, 2:30 left in the second quarter. Rock top of the key to Jay Hamill. High post Tom Ryan. Tom's on the back end, knocked away from him, but Rock gets the baseline all the way to the basket, lays it up. It is in, but no, he steps out of bounds. The basket will not count. There's at least 15 turnovers for Saranac. That's almost as many as they made in the entire PHS game last night. Friday night. Left side, Carden. Outside to Van Wiebeek. Hugh works down into the corner. Jumper, 15-footer, banks it up off the glass too hard. Rebound, Mike Ryan. Carden right in his shirt. Gets the outlet pass to Rock. 2 minutes. They've gone 6 minutes left by Saranac with only 1 basket. Mike Ryan. They'll let it make that Butchinaw. Bang! Butchinaw, top and corner right. And Saranac regains the lead, 25-23. Harden. In the corner goes to Davies. Fakes once. Goes to the hoop. Now passes underneath to Van Wiebeek. Lays it up. Missed it. Mike Ryan cleans the boards. Van Wiebeek hollers for a foul. Mike gets away from Shumway. Ryan comes, top of the key. Knocked away from him, but he gets it back. Now gives it to Rock. Rock going and trying to get in the baseline. He is shut off. Back outside to Tom Ryan, holding the basketball. Turns around. Keeps pushing a fadeaway jumper. No good. Rebound Shumway. Minute and 19 left. Shumway drops it, picks it up, and hands it to Trombley. Minute and 15 seconds left in the half. It's 25-23. Saranac by 2. Harden dribbling around. Hamill knocks it away from him, but it goes to Shumway. Shumway feeds Trombley, lets it go. Oh, missed it. Rebound, Butchinaw. Saranac on the run to forecourt. To Rock, fadeaway jumper, banks it up too high. Batted around, Butchinaw gets it, working his way in, lays up and is partially blocked. Goes into the corner. We have a whistle and a foul on Shumway. Third on Scott Shumway of Northeastern. He fouled Mike Ryan. No, I'm sorry, he fouled Butchinaw. 25-23, Saranac by 2 with 51 seconds left. LaBombard getting ready to come in. 2 shots coming for Butchinaw. First one is in, making it 26-23. 3-point lead again for the Chiefs. LaBombard in for Shumway, who's in foul trouble now with 3. 51 seconds remain in the half. Butch got one more coming. Second one is in the air in the basket. It's 4-point lead, 27-23. Back comes Trombley for Northeastern. They led it one time. Pass underneath to Van Wiebeek, but first, before that happened, Carden walked with it, and they turn it back over. It one time, Northeastern took the lead, 23-21. Rock to Hamill. Let's see if they hold for one shot. There's 37 seconds left. Mike Ryan looks at the clock to Hamill. Back to Mike Ryan. Back to Hamill. Toss and catch. It looks like they're going to hold for one or get a good shot anyway. Mike Ryan way outside. 27 seconds. The Rock. Rock dribbles around, hands the ball to Hamill. Hamill bounce fast, Mike Ryan. He looks at the clock, 20 seconds now. Starts to work in. Holds it outside, it goes to Hamill. Goes up 3 fingers, 15 seconds. It goes to Rock. They're setting up the play now. 12 seconds. Rock to Hamill on the right side. Coming across, stops in the corner. Mike Ryan, 7 seconds. Turnaround jumper, banks it up, missed it. Rebound, Tom Ryan, up it in. And there's a foul. And the foul is on, wait a minute. No, it's on Vanderbeek. The foul is on Vanderbeek. And that's 3 on Vanderbeek. The basket counts. Making it 29-23. Vanderbeek talking with the official. Doesn't quite believe the call. So now Vanderbeek fell behind and then regained the lead. And at the end of the first half, Saranac by 7. It's the Chiefs 30, Northeastern 23.
Halftime, Plattsburgh High School, the Saranac Chiefs ahead of the Northeast Clinton Cougars. Running down some of the scoring statistics for the Chiefs. Incidentally, the score it started out rather lopsided. The first quarter score was 19-13 in favor of the Chiefs. At one time, they were 11 points ahead. Now they're 13 points ahead. They squandered an 11-point lead, and they actually lost. They were down by 2 points at one time during the second quarter. So Hugh Vanderbeek in that second quarter got in pretty deep foul trouble with 3 fouls, and Scott Shumway 3 fouls as well. Running down the Saranac Chiefs scoring statistics, we see Butch Butchino. Most of his impression has been left on the free throw line. Butch has been to the free throw line 8 times. He scored out of the 8 times at the free throw line 5. 5 out of the 8 times at the free throw line for Butchino. And he scored 3 buckets as well. So he's got a total of 9 points. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points. I'll take that back. Somehow I messed up. So 11 points for Butchino. Jay Hamill, who has yet to score, has assisted quite a bit in stealing the ball from under the basket and from the opposing team. He is yet scoreless, though. Mike Ryan was pretty impressive in that first quarter. He scored 4 buckets for 8 points in the first quarter at the free throw line 4 times, 3 out of the 4 times from the free throw line. So Mike has a total of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13 points for the first half of this ball game between the Saranac Chiefs and the Northeast Clinton Cougars. Now, Tom Ryan has 1 foul in the ball game. He scored a bucket in the first quarter on top of a free throw. He fouled in the act of shooting, and he made the bucket as well. He did the same thing in the second quarter. He's got 3 baskets and 2 free throw lines, 100% from the free throw line. He's got a total of 8 points. So from the free throw line, the Saranac Chiefs have been impressive. 10 for 14 from the free throw line. Looking over the Northeast Clinton Cougars scoring statistics, I'll get it out yet here. Hugh Vanderbeek is pretty high in the scoring for the Northeast Clinton. He's got 4 buckets, 8 points, 2 buckets, or 2 free throws in the first quarter, 100% from the free throw line, so he's got a total of 10 points for the first half. Although Hugh did get into pretty bad foul trouble towards the latter part of the second quarter, so he's got 3 fouls going into the second part of this ballgame, second half of the ballgame. Glenn Bromley has 2 fouls. He scored a bucket in the second quarter. He was at the free throw line for 2. He missed them both. And Bob Davies. Now, Scott Shumway also got 2 buckets and 4 points, although Scott is in foul trouble. He picked up 2 quick fouls in the second quarter, and he had 1 foul in the first, so he sat out for part of that second quarter, and we may see a little bit of action starting out in the third. It's yet to be seen. The teams aren't back on the floor yet. So Scott's got 4 points in the first half of the ballgame. Bob Davies was at the free throw line for 2. He made 1 out of the 2. 1 point for Bob in the whole first half thus far. Dale Carden, who has been impressive in the past from the outside shooting, he managed to dump in 3 in the first quarter. He wasn't able to muster up any points in the second quarter. So Dale Carden has a total of 9 points for the first half of the ballgame. So the score at halftime between the Saranac Chiefs and the Northeast Clinton Cougars is 30-23. Incidentally, the Northeast Clinton Cougars have 50% from the foul line. They scored a total of 3 for 6. Ducky?
Okay, well, it's at the end of the first quarter, Saranac led 19-13. They jumped out to a quick 6-0 lead before a free throw by Northeastern made it 6-1. And Saranac just kept building on that lead and opened up a 11-3 lead at one point in the first quarter. And at about that juncture, it looked like it was going to be a long night for Northeastern. And Saranac perhaps thought the same thing. I don't know, because after that, the Cougars started to get rolling, closed it to within 15 to 11, and then a spurt at the end by Saranac, and they closed out the first quarter, Saranac leading 19 to 13. The second quarter, although eventually it wound up Saranac outscoring Northeastern 11 to 10. It started out for the Cougars being the hot team. In fact, it was about 5.5 minutes into the third quarter. I think Saranac only had about 3 points. They, let's see, Northeastern came out with, well, each team swapped baskets right at the beginning, making it 21-15. And then Northeastern got 2, 4, 6, 8 straight points before Saranac got a couple of free throws, tie it up at 23 off. Northeastern had the lead momentarily at 23-21, and then it got tied at 23-23. In fact, Saranac has scored the last 9 points in the ball game of the first half. They were down by 23 to 21, and now at the end of the half they are down 30 to 23. So Saranac scored the last 9 points in the first half, and if it had not been for that, they might have been in some trouble. They only got, Saranac only got, what, 2 field goals in the, no, 3 field goals in the second quarter, so they had 5 points from the foul line. Foul shooting, good both ways, 10 out of 14 for Saranac and 3 out of 6 for Northeastern. The turnovers, Northeastern started out with a host of turnovers. I don't know if they were jittery or what, but they were making many errors. But then Saranac got a little sloppy in that second quarter as they began to press just a little bit as Northeastern started to catch up. Chiefs were taking the long 20-footers, and I guess it were not falling for them. And unofficially, at the half, Saranac had 15 turnovers and Northeastern 13. I think those 15 turnovers for Saranac are just about as many as they had the entire championship game against CHS. So it's a 7-point lead again for Saranac. Their biggest lead has been 8 points in the ball game. And we are at the end of the first half, and it's 30 to 23 Saranac. The winner of this ball game and the winner of the other quarterfinal sectional game tonight between MAI and Mariah will advance to the semifinals Saturday afternoon at the Fieldhouse. And then tomorrow night, again, there are 2 more games. PHS will be playing on Sable Valley in Peru. We'll have that game tomorrow night, and we've rated about 7:20 airtime. PHS and Sable Valley. And the other game in Class A tomorrow night is here at the high school, and should be a good one between Peru and St. John's. The winners of those 2 games will advance to the semifinals on Saturday afternoon. And then the championship game scheduled for Friday night, March the 8th at the Fieldhouse at about 8:30. It'll follow the Class B championship. So, again, tomorrow night, we'll have the Plattsburgh High School Sable Valley quarterfinal game from Peru. And then Saturday, we'll have the Class A semifinals, regardless who is in there. And, of course, we'll have the championship game for you on Friday night, March the 8th. Now, is there anything else? Let me see. I don't think so. I think that's just about that. Of course, I would assume we'll also have the championship game Class B, which will precede the A championship on March the 8th. But we'll let you know if that gets a little nearer. So both teams back on the floor warming up for the second half. Nobody in foul trouble for Saranac. Shumway and Vanderbeek each have 3 for Northeastern. Northeastern's been plagued with foul trouble throughout the season. They always pick up a lot of fouls, and that may hurt them. I'll tell you, he's done a good job. I think, but Davies, not particularly, you see how big he is. He's only a sophomore. He's 5'11", but he's got a lot of spring. He does a good job on the board. Saranac have beaten them on the board pretty well. They've been getting 2 or 3 shots, which has been the difference in the ball game up to now. But we'll wait and see. The foul trouble, though, is what might hurt Northeastern. Is Vanderbeek, their big shooter, with 10 points in the ball game thus far, and Shumway, who doesn't score an awful lot of points, but he's a pretty good rebounder. Both of those players are in foul trouble. Leading scorer in the ball game is Butchinoff for Saranac, and Mike Ryan of Saranac each have 11. Tom Ryan has 8, so 3 men have shared the scoring. Now they finished warming up. We're about crowd ready for second half action from the Plattsburgh High School Gymnasium. Class A, Section 7 quarterfinal match between the Northeastern Central Clinton Cougars. Or is it the Northeastern Clinton Central Cougars? Central. I get confused on that for some reason. I'm sure they're not going to like that, but I get confused for some reason on that. And, of course, the Saranac Chiefs, the 73-74 Champlain Valley champions. Both teams gathering around their coaches. Frank Shumway from Northeastern, Morristown, decked out in his brilliant red pants that he wears for all the ball games. Saranac have made no substitutions thus far, and that's the way they've been most of the season. Iron men, they play 5 men most of the way. Both Shumway and Vanderbeek are back in there for the second half. It's the original starting 5 for Northeastern. Cotton, Trombley, Davies, Vanderbeek, and Shumway. Davies will jump it up against Butchinoff, 30-23. Saranac leads. We're ready for the second half. Tap goes to Hamill. Hamill loses it, but regroups it. There we go. Now we're all ready. Hamill left side to Rock, going the baseline left. He's cut off. Turnaround jumper is in. So Rock makes it 32-23. That's the biggest lead of the night. Saranac up by 9. 7:44 left third quarter. Right side, Shumway. Jumper up the front of the rim. Mike Butchinoff clears. Pass to Rock. The chief hustle at the forecourt. Rock to Tom Ryan. Hook shot. Court. Rebound. Trombley for Northeastern. Trombley quickly to forecourt. On the top of the key, left side it goes to Cotton. Cotton working his way in, running one-hander is no good, but he is fouled, and the foul's on Butchinoff. And Butch now gets his third foul, so he gets in a little bit of foul trouble. 3 for Butchinoff. And Dale Cotton will go to the line for Northeastern, fouled in the act of shooting. 2 shots for Cotton. First one is good, making it 32-24. Cotton, the junior, 5'10", 174 pounds. Second one in the air, it's no good. Rebound, Davies high in the air, but it's taken away by Tom Ryan. Tom gets it to Rock. Rock quickly back to Saranac, to Hamill, top of the key, working the left side. Cuts across the middle, jumper. Hamill is short, rebound, Vanderbeek. Outlet pass will be stolen by Hamill. Hamill's right back for Saranac, cutting through the middle, sees Mike Ryan, lays it up, missed it. Mike again, taps it, missed it, gets it back, fadeaway jumper, no good. That's up Tom Ryan again, this one falls. 5 shots, and they finally go through. Make that 34-24 now, 10-point lead, the biggest lead of the night for Saranac. The corner left side, Davies can't go anywhere. Outside to Cotton. Cotton coming around to the right, stop. Back to Vanderbeek. Vanderbeek, 20-footer, missed it. Rebound, Trombley. Trombley knocked away by Rock, but it goes out of bounds. The Northeastern, well, wait a minute. Yeah, Northeastern will get it back. Davies will put it in play. 6:35 left. In the corner, knocked away by Rock. But it goes to Shumway. Shumway pass stolen nicely by Butchinoff. Butchinoff coming through the middle. Gives it to Rock, but there's a traveling call on Butchinoff. He was having trouble. He was fighting the ball. And finally a call for traveling with it. 34-24. Saranac by 10. 6:20 remain. In the third quarter. Cotton, jumper, no good. Rebound, tapped around, picked up by Mike Ryan. Ryan coming through the middle, puts on the brakes, and he walks with it as he couldn't slam on the brakes fast enough, and his feet slid, and they called him for walking. 34-24. Trombley back for Northeastern. Top of the key, left side it goes to Cotton. Hamill on him. Inside turnaround jumper. Vanderbeek is in now, but it will not count. It will not count. Now, the foul is on Rock of Saranac, apparently before the shot. Basket does not count, but there is a foul on Al Rock at first. The Northeastern will get it back underneath their own basket. Shumway looking for some help. Gets it to Trombley. Goes to the right side, trying the baseline. He is cut off. Bounce pass stolen away by Butchinoff. 34-24. Saranac by 10. 5:47 left third quarter. Still that 2-1-2 zone. Now they got Cotton on Rock. Rock to the basket. Underneath. Feeds it. Bounce pass. Puts away. Knocked away to Mike Ryan. Looked like roller derby for a minute there. There's some pushing and shoving, and we got a foul on Trombley of Northeastern, and now he joins the people in foul trouble as Trombley has his third. So Trombley, Shumway, and Vanderbeek have 3. Mike Ryan has, Butchinoff has 3 to Saranac. Mike Ryan's shot is in. It is 35-24. Saranac by 11. Well, they appear to be rolling at the outset of the third quarter. Second one is also good. It is 36-24, 12-point lead. The Chiefs now have come in. Trombley. The Carden. Low post it goes. Vanderbeek. Cancer cutting through the middle. Jumper. In and out. Tough luck. That ball was halfway in the hoop and rolled back out. Mike Ryan gets the rebound. To Hamill. Jay gets away from Davies. Hustles it in the front court. Goes left side. Fakes the shot. Gives it to Mike Ryan. Turnaround jumper. Ryan. Good. 38-24. 14-point lead. Saranac pulling away. 5 minutes remain in the third quarter. Carden stops. To Shumway. Shumway goes to the right. Can't shoot. Can't shoot. Holds it. Gives it to Carden. 20-footer. In and out. Rebound Butchinaw. And he is fouled by Trombley. 4 on Trombley now. Trombley picks up his fourth. 4:49 remain. Third quarter, and now Saranac apparently beginning to pull away. Rock bringing it back for the Chiefs. Left side. Gets a pick from Mike Ryan. Doesn't really use it. Gives it back outside to Hamill. Hamill with Carden on him. Hamill goes right side. Stops. 12-footer. 40-24. Frank Shumway jumps off the bench, wants a timeout, and then we've got it. Timeout. Northeastern as they now trail 40-24. More basketball after this. Basketball shot. Bounce pass to Shumway. Northeastern have been outscored 10-1. That's far in this quarter. Underneath to Davies. Short jumper. No good. Rebound Butchinaw. Only a free throw yet to go. He has been shown thus far from Northeastern in his third quarter, and we have played 4 minutes into the quarter. Mike Ryan, high post, turnaround jumper, off the front of the rim. Butchinaw with a rebound, puts it up, he missed it. Rebound, tapped up Tom Ryan, tapped up on Mike Ryan, goes outside, picked up by Butchinaw to Rock. And Rock loses it to Shumway. Shumway to Trombley, 2-on-1. Trombley pulls up, missed it. Rebound, Tom Ryan, Northeastern frozen. Butchinaw, Rock, ahead of the pack to the basket, lays it in. 42-24, Saranac. 3:39 left third quarter. Northeastern still had no baskets in the second half. Vanderbeek, 25-footer first. He walked with it. 16 turnovers in the ball game for Northeastern. 3:34 left third quarter. 18-point lead. Saranac. Hamill. High post, Mike Ryan. Back to Hamill. 12-footer. Off the back of the rim. Rebound Davies. Davies to Carden. Carden knocked away by Hamill. It's on the floor. Davies and Hamill fighting for the basketball. Davies picks it up. And we got a foul, and it's on a Butchinaw. Well, according to our stats, Butchinaw has now got 4 fouls, and that's the case. He is coming out. Keith Riel coming in for Saranac. Riel in for Butchinaw. Butchinaw has 4 fouls. With 3:16 left, Butchinaw picks up his 4th and will sit down. Trombley to Shumway. Let's see if this makes any difference now. Shumway, jumper. No good. Rebound. Tom Ryan loses it to Trombley. Trombley saves it. Vanderbeek fighting in the corner for it, and he walks for the basketball. 3 minutes, 3 seconds left. Still no baskets for Northeastern, and we have played 5 minutes in the second half. Rock. Stop. Feeds Riel, who's in for Butchinaw. Tom Ryan, turnaround jumper, in and out. Rebound Davies. To Vanderbeek. Hugh quickly to forecourt. Cutting through the middle, and he walks with it again. Walks with the basketball again. 18 turnovers for Northeastern. 2:44 left in the quarter. This has been a nightmare for Northeastern. In his third quarter, Rock puts on the break, feeds to Tom Ryan. He is tied up by Davies and will get a jump ball at the Saranac foul line. Davies, much taller of the two. I'm sorry, Tom Ryan, the much, looks like Mutt and Jeff almost. Tom Ryan, much taller of the two. But Davies can really get up there, so let's wait and see what happens. Davies out-jumped him, and he got it to Carden. Carden, all the way, puts on the break. 8-footer, banks it up too hard. Rebound, Tom Ryan. He is tied up. And we got to get a jump ball or what here? Yeah, we're going to get a jump ball. With 2:29 left in the third quarter. Only 1 free throw to show for Northeastern. Tom Ryan will jump it up against Glenn Trombley. Northeastern charity strike. That goes to Mike Ryan. Mike trying to shake Davies. Now passes it to Hamill, and Jay will bring her up the floor. Bounce pass right side to Riel. Riel to Tom Ryan. Turnaround jumper. He is fouled by Davies. The Northeastern. Davies' second foul. Tom in the active shooting will get 2 shots. 2:18 left, third quarter. It is now Saranac walking away 42-24. 2 shots coming for Tom Ryan. Tom's a junior, 6'4". First one in the air. It is no. Went in, came out, hung on the back of the rim, and then fell off. But Tom will get one more. 10 points in the ball game for Tom Ryan. Second one, he dips, he shoots, he gets this one. It is 43-24. Pass and bounds is stolen by Rock. Puts it up, missed it. Rebound, Trombley. Trombley to Shumway. Trombley back for Northeastern. Holds the basketball. Left side to Carden. Carden dribbles around on the right side. They have played 6 minutes. Shumway, 25-footer. No good. Northeastern has not scored. They are over 6 minutes in the quarter. Rock lays it in. Nice shot by Rock, and he is fouled by Carden of Northeastern. That Rock can really accelerate when he gets over that basketball. Drove the left side, put it in, and then was fouled by Carden. 45-24. LaBamba coming in for Northeastern. Shumway will sit down. 21-point lead. Saranac. Northeastern not one bucket in the second half. We have played 6 minutes and 7 seconds. Al Rock goes for the three-point play. He dips, he shoots, he's got it. 46-24. This is turned into a rout. Trombley, high post, Vanderbeek turned around, he's double teamed, gets it to Trombley. Trombley goes into the corner, can't shoot, outside to Carden. Carden to LaBamba. LaBamba holding the basketball. Carden, top of the key, lets it go. He's got it. There's the first basket of the second half for Northeastern. It took about 6 minutes and 25 seconds to get it, but they got it. Hamill to Rock on the left side. Back out to Hamill. Carden has all 3 points in the quarter for Northeastern. Hamill to Riel. Jumper, Riel. Air ball. Mike Ryan grabs it. But he is pushed by Trombley of Northeastern. Trombley. I think that's it for Trombley. It is. Trombley is fouled out. So Glenn Trombley fouls out for Northeastern. Finishes the night with just 2 points. This is Merrill, I believe. I'm sorry, this is Randy Lemaire. Randy Lemaire coming in for Northeastern. Now, I don't know what the problem is here. Technical foul being called on somebody. Technical foul is being called on Lemaire. I think what happened is he came in before he was buzzed in or something. Did you hear what he said?
He said something, Ducky, like the technical foul was on number 24, which is Randy Lemaire, as he came in. He apparently came in without checking in with the scores first. As Glenn Trombley fouled out of the game, first shot was missed on the technical foul. That was Mike Ryan taking it, and he missed the second one as well. So,
hey, they keep that up, though. They have to make more technical fouls. They can't get it from the foul line. 46-26. Minute and 60 left, third quarter. Hamill to Mike Ryan. Gets away from LaBamba. Jumper. 48-26. Coming up to the 1 minute mark of the third quarter. Lemaire to Carden. 1 minute remains in the third quarter. Vanderbeek works the left side. He is fouled by Hamill. Hamill hooked him. Third foul on Hamill. Vanderbeek will go to the line. Or will he? I'm sorry. He may not. That's a little bit premature. He will go to the line. It's only the third. Fourth in the quarter. Second half. It means fourth team foul. So they will not go to the line. Lemaire, jumper, blocked by Mike Ryan, but it almost goes in. Rebound on the floor, picked up by Vanderbeek. He is fouled by Hamill. Hamill turns around and what did I do this time? Now Hamill's got 4 fouls. He and Butcher are. Each has 4. Butcher's been sitting down for quite some time and really has not been missed. 54 seconds left, third quarter. Vanderbeek goes to the line. 3 points is all that Northeastern has. Carden has the ball in the quarter. Vanderbeek's got it. Making it 48-27. One more coming for Hughes. Second one is also good. 48-28, 20-point lead. Hamill to Riel. Looping pass to Mike Ryan. He's double-teamed. We have a whistle. Mike Ryan walks with the basketball. So they turn it over to Northeastern. Harden bringing it up for the Cougars. Left side, Vanderbeek, 25-footer. 48-30. 33 seconds left. Let's see now if they hold it for one shot. They will. Hamill to Riel. To Hamill. To Riel. To Hamill. 23 seconds left. Tom Ryan. Back to Riel. Outside to Hamill. 18 seconds. To Rock. Lemaire on him. Mike Ryan. Left side. 30-footer. He's unreal. He's unreal. 50-30. He has a pretty shot. Vanderbeek back, 18-footer. Bang! Vanderbeek gets it right back at the buzzer. And that is the end of the third quarter. The score, Saranac 50, Northeastern 32. Fourth quarter after this message.
All right, at the end of the third quarter, sorry about that. It's trying to use the pen as a microphone here. We're about ready to start third quarter action. 50-32. The Saranac beats over the Northeast Clinton Cougars. So Hugh Vanderbeek will be jumping it up again against Mike Ryan. So, Ducky?
In the third quarter, Saranac outscored Northeastern 20-9. It was almost 6 minutes and 20 seconds before Northeastern even got a bucket. Tap goes to Hamill. The Rock right side. Jumper Rock. No good. Rebound underneath. Batted around. It's on the floor. We'll get a jump ball between Tom Ryan and Bob Davies of Northeastern. How is it the clock never started? They must have played 3 or 4 seconds and the clock hasn't even ticked a second yet. I don't know what happened there. Mike Ryan goes into the corner, fadeaway jumper, no good. The clock still isn't working. The clock is not running. I don't know if they know this, but the clock is not running. Vanderbeek starts, and now they discover. All right. The clock has not been running since the fourth quarter began. I'm kind of proud of how I saw that so quickly. I wondered. I saw the jump ball, and it went to Ryan, to Rock, and then the shot, and there never was. Well, now what are we going to do? We're going to tick off a few seconds. They ticked off 2. O'Connell and Roy Gary are the officials. They'll talk it over and decide what to do. Certainly, now they talk to Morris Kahn, they talk to Frank Shumway, and apparently we're at 7:58 now, and we're going to start from there. Well, I know if he's going to get a bit of a bonus there, I'm sure more than 2 seconds to play, but now Frank Shumway's upset about something. He jumps up off the bench, and he's still out on the floor. He's not even going to wait. He's going right out in the middle of things. Now Morris Town wants to know what's going on. It should be Northeastern ball. They stopped it, but Northeastern had it because they realized the clock wasn't running. So Morris Town wondered why they were going to call it jump ball apparently at first. Now Northeastern gets it back. All right, Carden. Clock's now working. Okay. Carden, top of the key. Jumper. And it went in. Went halfway in, came back out, hung on the rim there. It seemed like eternity, and then it fell through. 50-34. Rock to Hamill. Tom Ryan, 8-footer, quick. 52-34. 18-point lead for Saranac. We're in the fourth final quarter. We have a whistle, and what do we got here? We got a foul on LaBombard of Northeastern, away from the basketball. LaBombard's first. 52-34, 18-point lead for Saranac, who apparently will advance to the semifinals Saturday afternoon against the winner of the Mariah and AI game. Tom Ryan, turnaround, 12-footer, is short. Rebound, Davies. Davies batted away from him, but Davies gets it back. Stops, feeds it to LaBombard to the basket, missed it. Rebound, knocks around, picked up by LaBombard. LaBombard loses it out of bounds. And he goes back to Saranac. Al Rock back for the 73-74 champions, and he is fouled by Lemaire. And now Scott Shumway comes in. Lemaire picks up his first. Shumway is in for LaBombard. Shumway has, 3 fouls? Right. Vanderbeek has 3.
I think Scott may have 4 because he came out of the game just after a foul was committed. Although on that one, I believe Dale Carden raised his hand, so we gave the foul to Dale.
juncture of the ball game, it's not going to make a lot of difference, I guess. Rock makes the first one, making it 53-34. 7:03 left. Rock's second one is also good, making it a 20-point lead, 54-34. For Northeastern, looking for some help. Gets it to Vanderbeek. Vanderbeek goes left side, stops outside to Carden. Carden trying to work on Hamill, bounce past Shumway. Shumway's pass knocked away by Rock, goes out of bounds. Northeastern will have it back. Shumway will put it in play. Vanderbeek, and it's stolen by Tom Ryan. To Rock. 2-on-2. Rock running one-hander. Out of the pass to Butchelaw. Butchelaw stolen away by Lemaire. Down court, pass intended for Carden. Knocked out of bounds by Hamill. Northeastern get it back. 6:35 left, fourth quarter. 54-34. Saranac by 20. Shumway will put it in play. Looking outside. Lemaire lets her fly. Missed it. Rebound. Shumway. Fadeaway jumper. No good. Rebound. Mike Ryan loses it. Shumway caps it. We're going to get a jump ball between Mike Ryan and Scott Shumway at the Northeastern foul line. 6:27 remain for a quarter. What was a close ball game back in the second quarter has turned into a rout, especially in that third quarter. To Hamill, 2-on-1. Hamill pulls up, 15-footer, missed it, rebound, batted around, Butchelaw can't get a hold of it. It goes to Vanderbeek. Vanderbeek walks with a basketball. 21 turnovers for Northeastern in the ball game, 19 for Saranac. Rock cutting through the middle, stops. Vanderbeek almost steals it. Rock gets it back to Hamill. Hamill turns around to see where he is. He's almost in backcourt. Hamill comes across top of the key. Jump pass. Rock baseline left to the hoop and in. Pretty shot by Al Rock. 56-34. 22-point lead for the Chiefs. Their biggest lead of the night. Lemaire to Shumway in the corner. Low post. Bob Davies turn around. Bounce pass. Davies knocked away from Davies by Butchelaw, and Butchelaw is fouled out. Butchelaw fouls out for Saranac with 5:40 remaining. Gets a big hand from the Saranac fans as Riel comes back in. Replacing him. Butchelaw fouls out with 11 points, all of those in the first half. Bob Davies goes to the line for Northeastern, 1-1. He's at the first one. He gets the bonus. 56-35. One more coming for Davies. Second one in the air. He missed this one, but we have a whistle. Somebody was in there too quickly for Saranac, so Davies is going to get another try. So he gets a third attempt now. Davies hits, shoots, he's got it. So the extra shot paid off. 56-36. 20-point lead, 5:37 left. Hamill. High post Tom Ryan turns around, lets her go, 12-footer, it rolls in. 58-36. Tom Ryan doesn't shoot an awful lot, but when he does, he's a pretty good shooter, just like Mike. Maybe not quite as good as Mike. Back Davies misses the layup, but he is fouled by Riel of Saranac. Davies will go to the line. Davies only a sophomore, so he'll be around for a couple of more seasons. Not a real prolific scorer, but a pretty good rebounder. Tough on those boards, and who knows? Being only a sophomore, he still might get better. Davies' first one is in, making it 58-37. Second one is no good. Rebound goes outside to Hamill. Hamill goes around to the left, Carden right on him. Hamill comes back to the right, can't get inside. Outside it goes to Rock. He's trying his like baseline right to the basket. Pass is knocked down by Shumway, but picked up by Riel. Mike Ryan, 18-footer, will not go. Rebound, Tom Ryan puts it up and in. 60-37. 4:50 left in the fourth quarter. Lemaire to Carden on the left side in the corner to Davies. Davies trying to work his way in outside to Carden. Carden cuts across the middle to Shumway to Carden. 18-footer rolls off. Rebound, Mike Ryan. Tom Ryan. No, Mike Ryan. That was right the first time. High in the air, clean the board. Mike to Rock on the left side. 15-footer. Twitch. Would you believe 62-37. 4:22 left. Lemaire to Shumway. Shumway holds the ball outside the Carden. Carden, jumper, in. 62-39. Jay Hamill bringing it back up for the Saranac Chiefs. Mike Ryan working on Vanderbeek. Jumper, Ryan rolls around and in. Hung on that rim for a while, then decided to go through. 64-39. Mike Ryan having a big night for Saranac. 21 for Mike. Vanderbeek. Turn around, he's double teamed. Still, now he shoots it, no good. Rebound, he gets it back. Holding it, the pass goes to the side to Lemaire. Lemaire back to Vanderbeek. 15-footer, quick. Vanderbeek. Making it 64-41. Here comes the bench for Saranac. The reserves will be coming in a minute. Hamill goes left side, and he walks. He walked with a basketball. He got pushed. Hamill wonders why they didn't call a foul. They called Hamill for walking. He did get pushed. And now here comes the bench for Saranac. Wright is in. Dan is in. Everleft's in. Riel is in. And Branch is now in for Saranac as they bring in the bench. Carden coming back for Northeastern. To Vanderbeek. Stolen away by Wright. Gets it to Branch. Right side it goes to Riel. Shot no good. Rebound in the corner to Wright underneath. Everleft puts it up and in. Everleft scores. And that makes it 66-41. Losing trouble. I'm keeping track of the score here. Inside it goes to Davies. Davies to the basket. Scooping layup. Nice. Nice shot by Davies. 66-43. Pretty move by Bob Davies. Right side it goes to Riel. Works the baseline. Pulls up 12-footer. Missed it. Rebound underneath. Picked up by Vanderbeek to Lemaire. Lemaire. Shot to the hoop and in. 66-45. And all of a sudden they blow the buzzer for some unknown reason. Will somebody please explain why the buzzer blew in the middle of the play?
Did they go in? Yeah, they go in. Yeah.
Apparently the clock got, the clock must have stopped again. So now we have more reserves coming in, this time for Northeastern. Southwick is in. Let me see here now. All these people wandering around. Southwick is in. Racine is in. And a stranger. No, that's Delaney. I'm sorry. Riel, jumper, no good. Rebound, Shumway. We'll straighten this out here. Who's in there? Both teams have put the reserves in pretty much. Shumway coming to the middle. The Carden, jumper, Carden, no good. Rebound underneath, picked up by Wright of Saranac. To Branch. 2:54 left. Branch. To Everleft. Turnaround jumper. High arch. Could have brought rain with that when we get a whistle and a foul here on Delaney. Northeastern. Everleft goes to the line. He'll get 2 shots. First one, no good by Everleft. Everleft's second shot is good, making it 67-45. Southwick. Left side, Carden, jumper, no good. Rebound goes into the corner. It is picked up by Wright. Wright to Dan, and Southwick fouls him. 2:36 left, 67-45. And Dan will go to the line for Saranac. 1-and-1. First one in the area. It is no good. Rebound batted around. Picked up by Shumway. Shumway in the forecourt. Pass stolen away by Branch. Branch coming through the middle. Billy all the way to the basket. Blocked by Shumway. Nicely. Goes to Racine. To Shumway. Shot back to forecourt. 2:20 left. Holding the basketball. Still holding it. Gets it to Carden on the left side. Back to Shumway. Jumper. No good. Rebound on the floor. Picked up by Riel. To Branch. 67-45. 22-point lead. Branch stops. Left side he goes to Wright. Backing his way in. Jumper is blocked by Phillips. He goes to Everleft. Fadeaway jumper blocked by Shumway. Goes to Carden. less than 2 minutes. Carden to Racine. He drops it. Outside Southwick. Jumper. No good. Air ball. Bounces around. Picked up by Phillips. He loses it to Brandt. Brandt to Bill Dan. Dan. In the corner goes to Everless. Everless holding the basketball. Now going to the baseline. Right. Pulls up. Jumper. Everless. No good. Rebound on the floor. Batted around. And Shumway takes it away for Northeastern. Minute and 25 seconds remain. Shumway loses it to Brandt, but Brandt can't save it. He goes out of bounds, and here comes some more substitutes. Al Merrill is one of them, and Lee Rabidou is the other one. And Shumway is coming out for Northeastern. He's a senior, so this was his final game. Okay, Southwick in the corner. It goes. Jumper by Merrill is no good. Rebound. Dan, I'll make that right, and he is fouled by Merrill of Northeastern. Minute and 15 seconds left. 67-45. And Ray Wright goes to the line for Saranac. They advance to the semifinals on Saturday afternoon against the winner of the MAI Mariah game. 1-1 for Wright. Dip, shoot, got it. 68-45. One more coming for Wright. Second one is also, no, he missed it. He missed the second one. Everless gets the rebound to Wright. Jumper is in. Oh, it's paid off missing it, actually, as Wright gets the bucket. It's 70-45 with a minute and 5 seconds left in the game. To Southwick. To Racine. Outside to Southwick. To Rabidou. Rabidou, 25-footer. No good. Rebound Phillips. He is fouled by Everless of Saranac. Foul on Everless of Saranac. And John Phillips. Dan Phillips goes to the line for Northeastern. He'll get 2 shots. Fouled in the act of shooting. First one is no good, but he gets another one. 70-45. Saranac. With only 55 seconds left in the game. Phillips' second one is good. And he gets 70-46. Brandt will inbound it. He gets it into Dan, and he is fouled by Southwick. Well, we're getting these fouls now in the closing moments of the ball game. And Bill Dan, a junior, 5'11", goes to the line for the Chiefs. 1-1. Dan shoots. He's got it. He gets the bonus. 71-46. One more coming for Bill Dan. Second one is also good. It is 72-46. Rabidou back for Northeastern. Takes the pass, gives it over to Southwick left side. His shot is blocked by Brandt and fouled by Brandt. Southwick will go to the line now for Northeastern. As it's turning into a free throw shooting event as we come into the final seconds. Southwick for 2. First one is no good. He'll get another one. Southwick is a senior. His last ball game. Second one is in the basket. 72-47. Brandt pass to Bill Dan too far out of bounds, and they throw it away. And it goes back to Northeastern. Southwick. To Rabidou. Merrill, jumper. Merrill is short. Rebound. Phillips, turnaround jumper, no good. Racine with a rebound. His shot is blocked by Riel, but he is fouled by Riel. So Racine, Pete Racine, a junior, goes to the line. He'll get 2 shots. 25 seconds left. This last minute seems like eternity. 72-47. Racine gets 2 shots. First one is no good. He gets another one. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Racine dips, shoots. He sets the second one. 72-48. Everless to Brandt. Brandt brings it to forecourt. To Dan. To Everless. Fadeaway jumper, Everett, in and out. Rebound, Racine, and Wright tie it up. We'll get a jump ball with 15 seconds left at the Saranac foul line. So, for the Northeastern Clinton Cougars, the season is over. Saranac goes to the semifinals. Rabidou to Racine. Racine drops it. It goes out of bounds. It is saved to Rabidou. Rabidou holds the basketball to Southwick. Southwick to Merrill. Jumper is no good. That's the ball game. The ball game is over, and the Saranac Chiefs advance to the Class A Section 7 semifinals Saturday afternoon against the winner of the Mariah MEI game tonight. And for the Northeastern Clinton Cougars, the season ends. It is Saranac 72, Northeastern 48. We'll wrap it up after this message.
Conservation being utmost in everyone's mind today, CE and BF Duquette Oil Company of Katyville would like to remind their many customers to keep their thermostat.
Mike was at the free throw line 2, 4, 6, 8 times. 2 of those 8 times were free technical shots, and he scored 5 out of the 8 times from the free throw line, a total of 21 points for Mike Ryan. Tom Ryan was also in double figures at 17 points, free throw line 4 times, 3 out of the 4 from the free throw line for Mike. Bill Dan failed to score any field goals, although he was for 4 free throws. I'll get it right yet. He scored 2 out of the 4 free throws that were offered to him for the total of 2 points at the end of the game. Mark Everett also assisted toward the last quarter. Mark scored a total of 3 points to bucket in the fourth quarter as well as a free throw. And another man in the game, Ray Wright, number 45, also entered the game in the fourth quarter. He scored 3 points. That's a bucket and a free throw. And he was at the free throw line for 2. He scored 1 out of the 2. We'll be back with more scoring statistics in this evening's game after this word from our sponsor.
Just stop and consider for a minute how much service you get.
Clinton Cougars, and no real surprise this evening. The score at 72-48. For a little while, there was hopes that the Cougars might pull out of it in the second quarter. The first quarter score was 19-13. Toward the first part of the second quarter, the Cougars did move up, and they were leading at one time by 3 points. The final score, 72-48. The Saranac Chiefs handily over the Northeast Clinton Cougars. Handily really isn't the word for it, Ducky. They outplayed them the complete game. Looking over some of the scoring statistics for the Cougars, we see Hugh Vanderbeek at 18 points. Hugh was at the free throw line 4 times. He was 100% from the free throw line this evening, 4 for 4. And Hugh, obviously, was a high scorer for the Northeast Clinton Cougars, thus keeping up his scoring statistics. I believe that Hugh averaged somewhere between, 17 and 19 points per game. So Hugh was 18 points this evening. Glenn Trombley fouled out of the game. He only managed to put in 1 bucket. He was at the free throw line, but he missed both shots. Scott Shumway, 3 fouls, and Scott has a total of 4 points, 2 buckets in the second quarter. Bob Davies was at the free throw line all night long, it seems. For the Cougars, anyway. Bob had 1 bucket in the fourth quarter. He made 4 out of his 7 free throws. So he's got a total of 6 points with the 4 free throws and the bucket. Dale Carden, who was in the game pretty much most of the game, he started it, and he contributed some 13 points, lucky 13 points to the Northeast Clinton Cougars. Dale was at the free throw line for 2. He made 1 out of the 2. 2 points for Randy Lemaire, who came in at the end of the game, as well as a point for Pete Racine, who was at the free throw line for 2. I believe it's Steve Southwick, and Steve was at the free throw line for 2. He made 1, and Dan Phillips. I believe Dan was the latecomer who we had a little trouble identifying. He was wearing a number that was not foreign to us, but that it apparently was given to someone else for the beginning of the season. And, of course, the eagle eyes of the eagle eyes of our Mallard here was able to pick it up that it wasn't the alleged person that it was supposed to be. So no trouble at all. The Saranac Chiefs over the Northeast Clinton Cougars, 72-48. Would you say this was a surprise, or this was a surprise, Doug?
About the only thing surprising maybe is that they won by as much as they did, 24 points. I didn't think it'd be quite that bad. For Saranac, outside of a brief spell in the second period where they went cold, and Northeastern, in fact, took the lead 23-21. Outside that, Saranac did a pretty good job on them. They beat them up on the boards pretty good. They're shooting. they got an awesome offense. You have Mike Ryan and Butchinaw, and Brock is going to contribute, and Tom Ryan, who doesn't really do it all that much shooting, is a good shooter, and Hamill, the same thing. He's a good ball handler, fine defensive player, doesn't shoot a lot, but again, he's a fine ball handler. He sets up the plays well. Again, though, with all the talk about the Saranac offense, their defense is often overlooked, and they held Northeastern to 48 points, which is a pretty good output. So for Saranac, they advance to the semifinals Saturday afternoon at the Field House. So they'll take on the winner of the Mariah MAI game. And for Northeastern, the 73-74 season comes to an end tonight. So really not surprising. Perhaps the only surprising thing, I think, was the difference in the score. I didn't think it'd be quite this lopsided, but Saranac won it handily, 72-48. Tomorrow night, we'll have the quarterfinal match in Peru between the Plattsburgh High School Hornets and the Osable Valley Patriots, one of the two games to be played tomorrow night. And we'll be on the air with that one at about 7:20. That's Osable against PHS, and the Hornets are the defending Section 7 champions. The other game tomorrow night, it's Peru against St. John's right here at the Plattsburgh High School Gymnasium. The winner of those will also advance to the semifinals Saturday, and then we'll move on to the finals on Friday night, March the 8th. So another, if you will, resounding win for Saranac. Went from the free throw line 20 out of 29 from the free throw line, and 12 out of 21 for Northeastern. The turnovers, frankly, I lost track as we got into the fourth quarter and lots of the substitutions started coming in. So Saranac rests up for Saturday, and we'll see them at the Fieldhouse Saturday afternoon for the semifinals.
Thank you, Ducky. This evening, Champlain Valley League High School basketball has been brought to you by Keysville Bank, Tedford Store, Duquette Oil, and Champlain Telephone. So at Plattsburgh High School Gymnasium for Ducky Drake, this is Greg Crandall wishing you a pleasant good evening.
This has been a WEAV Sports presentation.
WEAV.